Alright, so 2-minute Tanya tidbit for today. So in the previous day's chapter, we explained the idea that a person would never disconnect themselves from God and he would never do a sin. We conclude by saying that this person might try to think that Avodah Zarah is different by other sins because you're not able to do teshuva for Avodah Zarah. But that's not true because you're always able to do teshuva even for Avodah Zarah. Now the Alter Rebbe starts today's Tanya and asks, seemingly, that's not true. We know there's a rule that that if someone says, I'll do a sin and I'll do teshuva afterwards, in maspikim yadei lasses teshuva. We don't help him do teshuva. So seemingly, it's not true that you could always do teshuva, because there are cases like when someone says, I'm going to do a sin, that we don't let him do teshuva. Says Alter Rebbe, it's not true. It doesn't say we don't let him do teshuva. It says we don't help him do teshuva. Meaning a person is not going to get the extra help from above, the extra assistance, which we usually give someone to do teshuva. But of course, if a person pushes and he does teshuva on his own, then there's nothing that can stand before teshuva. In l'chadavar emed b'fnei teshuva. So therefore, for any sin, even Avodah Zarah, a person is always able to do teshuva. And there's no exception to this rule. If someone pushes, he can always get forgiveness from God. So if so, why is there any difference? So if so, a person realizes this, he'll make sure that he'll never do a sin. He'll never disconnect himself from God even for one moment. Because even by Avodah Zarah, a person won't say that, oh, I'll do the sin and I'll do teshuva afterwards, because a person would never want to be disconnected even for one moment, as the soul is entirely higher than time and space, and it rules over that, and therefore he would never allow himself, even for one moment, to disconnect himself from Hashem, even if he could fix it afterwards, even if he could do teshuva afterwards, still a person doesn't want to be disconnected. The same is true by every other Aveira. A person should hold himself back and doesn't let himself be disconnected from God by doing a sin, God forbid, which would, God forbid, cut him off from God. That's the end of today's Tanya. See you next time.